So, have you ever been driving down the road and an ermine or weasel just pulls out in front of you and takes off down the road? This little guy I was following for probably just under a quarter of a mile. He was so cool. You usually don't see these a lot. He was on a really back road and he cut off onto the other side of the road down to where there's like a swampy area. So today there was a lot of animal activity. You'll see. These vultures were sunning. I read somewhere that this is a normal activity of them. Just to dry off their wings and to warm up. And these little birds I thought were super cute. And of course, all the beautiful hex signs on the back roads. I just love them so much. It just adds so much character to this little valley of ours. The old back roads and old barns hold such a special place in my heart. What a view. I love these cows too. The crows were out in murders and they were loud and they wanted to race. Hi everybody. It's been a couple months since you've seen my face. I've been hibernating and, quite frankly, reinventing myself and the way that I want to live so that I can accomplish everything I want to accomplish here in my life with the people I love and doing the things I love to do and the things I'm meant to do. So that means there's lots of changes, little tweaks, but I have been working on getting myself on a schedule so that I can experience everything I want to experience in this life. And that means I want to be able to do everything I want to do. So that means that these videos are going to be a little different. They'll still be the same because it's me. But yeah, I think there'll be more of me just talking to the camera and then showing my garden, maybe some meals, whatever, but I'm not going to do step by step and like play by play. I don't have the time to set a camera up and get the right angle and all this stuff. It's going to be more handheld. So whatever I can show you with me just holding my phone is what's going to be happening. And, we'll see what that looks like and what that actually turns out to be, because I don't really know. So we'll see. So today I have on my schedule, Wednesdays are always a laundry day. I do laundry on Fridays to get ready for the weekend and on Mondays to clean up from the weekend. And then I do one during the middle of the week to kind of lighten those loads a little bit. And so in the morning, I rise and I have a little bit of quiet time. I've been getting up around 4, which is like an hour earlier than my partner, so that I can have my lone, like before everybody wakes up, quiet time, which usually I'm doing a cross stitch project or embroidery or some type of sewing or any little project, like memi project I call them, that I'm doing at the time. And then he wakes up, I get his lunch packed and everything, and then send him off to work. And then my time is spent in the morning. Anything that has to be done in the house, homemaking wise, so cleaning, laundry, straightening up the house, vacuuming, and maybe there's a dinner that needs some marinating or whatevering that's happening. And then anything outside happens after that. So pruning, weeding, trimming, watering the plants outside. That's not happening now because it's still the end of winter, but you know, all of my morning is spent at the home, doing those things. If I have to run out for groceries, that's also done right away in the morning because there's less crowds, which is always nice. So that's done right away, so that's out of the way and I don't have to worry about it. And then I take my lunch break, take a little siesta. So I've learned that I need a schedule, and I think to be successful at homemaking, homesteading, being a woman of many hats, and accomplishing the things you want to accomplish in your life, also having a job, like a business from your home, you have to have a schedule. I have to have alarms on my phone to remind me of what time it is, because I'll get involved in something and before you know it, like the other day, I didn't take my phone outside and I was out pruning apple trees till 1:30 and I missed lunch and everything. And yeah, so I've learned from working on the farm and watching my father, who, as many of you know, we had a farm and garden center, a tree farm, tree nursery, and my father was the owner and creator of this business, and we had it for 40 years. Last year was our 40th year. And so I've watched my father, and I always was like, man, like everything's down to the science, right? Like his uniform was flannel tops, short sleeve, long sleeve, whatever, to the season, and then pants or shorts. And so then everything was like super easy. So everything was just a different color every day. And then the hat was a different color, or the bandana was colored. So they matched the shirt. And then he just, it was easy to get dressed. He knew what to wear. The watch went on the same hand every day. The same things went in the pockets every day. It all happened the same way every day, so that you freed up your mind to think about the most important things that you must get done in the day. Like little tasks like that, you're not thinking about. They're not taking up real estate in your brain. So I learned all of this at a young age. I can't say that I implemented it until now. But yeah, so learning how to get things done, knowing that things will never be completely done, and how you can work on things. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this damn thing. Work on things every day, knowing you're not going to complete the thing. That means, like, I put them into categories. So like cleaning and housework, tasks outside of the house, like going and purchasing things at the grocery store, etc. Jewelry time, because as you all know, I'm also a silversmith. That's my own business that I run outside of my home. Cooking, outside work, garden, and then family relationships, and then partner relationships, so the relationships are in there because they need to be tended to. And as women, we are nurturers and we are the caring things. If you are a feminine being, that's what makes you feminine. Yeah. So the relationships have to go in there. You have to tend to them. Just like you have to vacuum every day. For me, I have to vacuum every day because it just makes everything look great. So anyway, I digress. My schedule then, after lunch, my alarm goes off at 1:45 that says, okay, jewelry time's at 1 o'clock, so get ready. You know, if you've taken your shoes off and taken a little nap for 10 minutes, you need to start, you know, waking up, gearing up, putting your shoes back on. Okay, we're moving to the next task. So then jewelry time is from 1 to 3. And then at 3 o'clock, I take my 3 o'clock break, which is usually a little drive around the block just to reframe my brain so I can come back for evening jobs. I was gonna say chores, but I don't like that word so much because of how we associate things with the word chore. But like evening tasks, which usually is cooking dinner. Then my partner comes home and making sure he has what he needs, you know, making him a drink. He usually makes his own, but like, you know what I'm saying. Tending to the relationship with my partner, quality time, a little bit of rest sometimes. Usually it's cooking, tending to him, and cleaning up the kitchen, showering, taking care of myself, and then going to bed so that I can get up at 4. So that's how I have to structure my days, and that's what's working for me right now. And now I've implemented the alarms because, like I said, the work is never done. If you live your life saying, I can't wait till all of this is done, and then I can relax, and then I can enjoy life, and then I can go on a vacation, and then I can do this, and then that's going to happen, and then I'm going to feel like this, you're in the wrong game. You are in the wrong game because the work never stops. That's why the to-do list is never ending. And that's great because that means you're living life. That means life's happening. It's not a bad thing. You should never be done till you're dead. That's a misnomer. And it's a really bad goal to work towards because you'll never achieve it. It's a waste of time and energy. So get used to the to-do list and learn to love it. Learn to love making lists. Learn to love having a list because you always know what to do. You always know what needs to be done, and everything is never going to be done. So with that being said, you must know that you will work on it. Those categories I was saying, you will work on each category every day and you're never going to finish it. That's why you need an alarm to say, hey, let's stop here for today. We'll pick up tomorrow and we need to move to the next thing. Because if you stay in that one category until that whole fucking list is done, guess what? Everything else is going to fall to the wayside and you're going to be super anxious and stressed and overwhelmed. I've been there. This is how I've figured this all out, is going crazy. So following a schedule and sticking to it is paramount. If you want to be a homemaker, housewife, homesteader, have your own business, all of the things. I don't have children, but if you also want to have kids, blah, 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 family, have a great family life and great friendships and relationships, you must be on a schedule and you must be diligent and disciplined. And you have to have fun too. And you have to know that it's never going to be done and it's okay, because that gives you something to do tomorrow. You will get more done learning to love the process. You will accomplish more in life learning to love the process and the work that you're doing instead of rushing around wanting to get it all done so that then you can have fun. It's never going to work. So there it is. I am here. It's 10:18. So I am in the thick of my morning. I've done my running around outside of the house. I went to the farm because, as you know, we are selling the farm. The garden center is closing. and we are trying to sell the land. And so that means there's things floating around that I want. So I went down, I grabbed some peat moss, I grabbed some big scrap pots that I love to grow things in, and I also love to put refuse in, like weeds and clippings and stuff to take to the compost. I grabbed a whole stack of those, and I grabbed a couple plants down the growing area that were just kind of hanging around. And so now I'm back at the house. I'm gonna walk down to the general store. I'm gonna get some tomatoes and some capers for tonight. We're having lemon caper shrimp over. We got some, or it's not angel hair, it's linguine. I almost said something totally different. Linguine from this really great balsamic and olive oil company that we love to go and restock and get amazing stuff from. Anyway, so we're trying to use up these things that we impulse bought. So that's dinner tonight, with a salad with a little blue cheese on top and some of the balsamic on top and olive oil. So that's covered. I just gotta run down and get those 2 ingredients, and then I'll probably sow a few more seeds down in the basement. I started sowing yesterday. I'll show you then. I did celery, onions, fennel, kale, Swiss chard, chamomile, celery. Did I say celery? I did those yesterday, so today I'm gonna do whatever is next. I have my seeds all in each pile that says when I'm sowing indoor or outdoor, and so I'm organized. And every day, like I said, I don't plant all the seeds at once. Every day I do a little bit, whatever I can get done. That's it. Just trust me, it's gonna work great for you, and if not, then find your own way. So we're gonna do that, and then it'll probably be lunch by then. And I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch. I've been doing sardines and saltines with celery. That's probably what it's gonna be, because it's quick and easy and it's healthy. I'm getting my 5 fruits and vegetables in every day or more, and I'm taking my vitamins. I am taking care of myself, and yeah, it's going great. I'm feeling great. So yeah, that's what's on the docket for today. Then in the afternoon, I'm making a ring, turquoise ring, so that's fun, and hopefully I can get that for sale tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do today. I wanted to show you how I organize my seeds. I find old tins and I put labels of things that I grow. There's some dahlias, so I remember their names. There's some gifted seeds from a friend. And then all my seed packets are in here. So early spring, I go through and I pick out the ones that will be sown in the garden very early, as soon as the soil can be worked, or will be sown indoors. And then in here I still have ones that are sown, like tomatoes and peppers and stuff. I still have in here waiting for like after the frost, or just closer to May. So now in the end of February, early March, the things I'm sowing are in categories, or like in order. So these things over here will be sown indoors next, or like this is happening now. Okay, so I'm whittling away at this pile right now, and it is the first week of March. So first and second week of March, we're doing these. And then these can be sown outside now, because I can work the soil right now. So this whole bunch here are annuals that benefit from the stratification from early spring or late winter sowing out in the garden, direct sow. And then these are going to be sown in the garden probably in May, maybe a little earlier. And I might start like some lettuce earlier than that inside, but I haven't decided yet. So then I have stuff in here yet that has to be sown indoors, but I'm not there yet. So after I've whittled away at this for sowing indoors, I will go back in here and get organized for the next sowing indoor extravaganza, which will include peppers, tomatoes, tomatillos, cucumbers, melons, squash, all that stuff. That if you plant too early in spring indoors will get way too big. Don't you just love my tablescape? I'll have to show you guys. I really wanted to get some pussy willow. I have some over here that I've saved for years to put in that green canister. Or like maybe I'll bring in some of the branches from the apple trees that I've been trimming off. But doesn't it look so cute? Oh my gosh, look at Chester. What a sweetie. That's another one that I did with the pansies and the bulbs that I got from Lowe's. The pansies I got from a local nursery. There's my baby. I haven't picked up yet this morning from last night. We were doing our budget and then, you know, all this stuff. Usually in the morning, I just ran out really fast to go to the farm, like I said. Usually I will have that all picked up right away in the morning too. But here we are, so let's go sow some seeds. Okay, so we're in the basement. Here's my laundry station. And as you can see, I have sown a bunch of stuff yesterday. So that's exciting, and we're underway for the spring. So today I'm gonna do these coneflowers because, oh, it's probably backwards. The green twister, we used to sell them at the nursery. Let me turn this down quick. We used to sell them at the nursery, and I thought it would be kind of fun to put them in pots maybe. So I'm gonna sow a bunch of them and see if it actually works. I don't know. I'm gonna do some basil because who doesn't love basil? Never enough. I'm gonna do my hyssop golden jubilee, which is supposed to get like 6 feet tall. So that's freaking awesome. I'm hoping it's gonna keep the rabbits and deer out of this one section of the garden, but we'll see. We have some Blue Monday sage, which is actually a salvia. Some other flowers. We have gomphrena, milkweed, agastache, scabiosa, and asters that I also want to sow. And then in the mail, I have coming some herbs, cilantro, dill, excuse me. I forgot to get parsley and cucumbers, so I have to go back and order them. But yeah, so here we are. This is going great. So you want to get your seeds into categories. Pick out the ones that you're going to sow into cell packs, and pick out the ones that you're going to sow into these 5x5 inch trays, I'll call them. Because I usually put flower seeds, seeds like the coneflower, or seeds that I've had for a long time that I don't know if they're actually viable yet, you know, because as you store your seed year after year, the germination rate goes down. It tends to anyway. So I will sow a bunch in here, And as they come up, I will pluck them out and put them into their own cells. So that's what's going to happen with these packets. And then these over here, I have, turn that off. I have previous experience just at the garden center. The butterfly weed doesn't really like its roots messed with a lot. So I'm going to take a chance on putting one in each cell for that one. And then the agastache and the basil, I'm going to sow a few seeds in each cell just because the basil, for how they tend to grow, I like it better that way. So I got these really cute little, what's nice about them is they're easy to pop out and they're reusable. They're silicone, so they're a lot thicker than these that you would typically get when you buy like starter plants from a nursery. So these probably won't last more than a couple seasons, but I'm hoping these will last me a long time. And it's nice that like you can pop your seedlings out without having to damage them. And they come with a bottom tray where you can put the water through the bottom, and a dome that you can spin this little guy, and either the holes are open or closed. So that's what I have over here. I'm loving them. You can fit, I'll tell you, in a tray, you can fit a bunch of these. So I thought that was great for space and putting them in a tray when I can take them outside when I'm hardening things off. So we'll see how many fit in a tray. I think it's going to be 6, but I'll link for you in the description box the link for these and these in case you're interested in these methods of sowing seeds. So after I get my, sorry for all the noise, the boiler's on and the dryer and the washer. I fill my seed trays. Once I get them done, I then look on this side of the packet. I see where the seed depth is. That's super important. Some seeds need light to germinate, etc., etc. Some need it dark. Some need to know that they've been buried underground. Some, you know, they need moisture and sunlight. It's just up to them. So look at the seed depth. And then, so this little green thing came with these cell packs, which is really cool. And these little tools also came with it, which is, I thought was kind of chintzy, but honestly, I find myself using this guy to go down 1/4 inch, which is what the butterfly weed needs. So I just kind of go down 1/4 inch. You can mark 1/4 inch on this little tool so you know where you're going, but I just eyeball it. It's 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, it says, so we're gonna be good. And after I do that, I then put one seed in each hole, and then I'll grab some soil down here, sprinkle it on top, and then it's done. Make sure you label too, so you know when you planted things. Because for me, I'm doing succession plantings. What that means is I'm going to start basil this week, and then in 2 weeks I'm going to start more basil. And I'll probably also do that with greens and some of the herbs. So you constantly have a supply, and you don't run out. And once the plants get really tired, you can, you know, give them a break and let themselves rejuvenate. Maybe you have to cut something back, let it push again, but then you have your next crop that's ready. So I'm gonna do that with some things I know that I use a lot of, and yeah, so that's how we're going to do it. So you want to fill your bottom tray with 1/2 inch of water, and then put your seed in. You want to water from the bottom, because if you don't, you're going to splash your seeds around, especially if you have to surface sow. like these chamomile. I don't know if you can see those little seeds in there, those little babies. You want to water from the bottom so that the moisture is wicked up from the bottom of the pots, and then it'll get everything wet. Hello friends. So I just got this gimbal thing that my lovely, I'll call her my sister-in-law, Sarah got me for Christmas. It took a little troubleshooting for me since I'm a beginner at these camera doodads, but I am making banana cake this morning. And how I told you yesterday how I have a schedule every day to keep myself on track. Well, today I had some things to return from Amazon, so I had to find a UPS drop-off box. Okay, well, they don't tell you that a certain size box won't fit in there. Now, I did not take a big box, you know what I mean? Like, come on. But my box didn't fit. So I wasted about 2 hours trying to return this broken merchandise that I got. And that's just annoying. So now I'm baking a cake because that's just the smartest thing, the next best thing to do. Right? Am I right? We all need a little sweetness in our lives. So I'm baking a banana cake. I'm sure Ben will be super happy when he gets home. I actually love this thing. It like hooks up to your camera and it does all this stuff that I have to figure out, but like I'm into it. So it looks like it might make things a little easier for me as far as filming myself, not holding my hand out so far. You know, it has like a little contraption here. So we'll see if it's better quality. You guys can let me know. So from here on out, I'll be using this if I can, and let me know if it's better. So yeah, we are making a banana cake, and then I have some more seeds I want to sow. It's already 10:41, so we have an hour and 20 minutes to make what we need to make inside the house and everything for our first half of the day until we have lunch, and then we go into the shed for jewelry time. So today feels a little wasted, but we learned something, so it's not wasted. So here we go with the banana cake. I have chicken thawing for tonight. We're having chicken parmesan and broccoli and salad. I'm super stoked for that. It's one of my favorite meals ever. So that'll be it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully next week I can show you a little bit more outside and how I have resurrected the apple trees that Ben planted. Not that he did anything wrong, he just planted them a long time ago. So they are mature-ish. So I have to do a lot of pruning and thinning, and I'm hoping I'm doing the right thing with them. So hopefully next week I get out there and I can show you more about that. But I'm gonna get this video out and hop back in the scene. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know, what are you guys planting this spring? What are you sowing indoors? What are you sowing outdoors? Show me your seeds. I want to know. I love it. It's so much fun. Have a great week and a great weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.